Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, aero industry struggles with COVID-19, Farnborough and RAF Fairford are canceled, and Epic Aircraft lays off hundreds. I'm Sophie Herlock. For many in the aviation industry, the coronavirus has been a nightmare. The airshow industry has undergone dozens of cancellations. Military jet and demonstration teams are off the grid for many weeks to come, and many small-town airshows are going to need a lot of help to recover from the side effects of the pandemic. The airline industry has turned into a ghost town as international flights dry up and national routes see reductions, cutting most schedules in half. This is mostly due to passengers staying home, but otherwise spurred on by FAA staffing issues popping up with great regularity. General and civil aviation is holding its breath as restrictions currently don't hinder their operations. Flight schools are still open as well, but foreign students are temporarily restrained from coming here to fly. We will continue to closely monitor the coronavirus situation and keep you updated on any further restrictions put in place for the aviation industry. We'll be right back with Around the Patch.
Finally, a modern, affordable four-seater without compromise. Turbocharged Rotax 915 IS power, 155-knot cruise, 800 nautical mile range, 1,000 feet per minute climb, and all that at 8 gallons per hour. Don't compromise. Check out the Sling TSI today at airplanefactory.com.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. It's time for today's trip around the patch. Aero Friedrichshafen has announced a new date for its general aviation trade fair, originally scheduled to take place April 1st through the 4th. Due to current developments surrounding the coronavirus, organizers have decided to push the event back to April 14th through the 17th of 2021. Roland Bosch, head of Aero, stated neither the calendar of Messe Friedrichshafen nor the events taking place within the industry would have allowed easy rescheduling to the summer or fall of this year. Flexjet pilots and flight crews can now rely on Flexjet's private fleet to travel to or from flight assignments, instead of relying on commercial airlines. The unprecedented method of crew transportation has been put in place to protect the health and safety of Flexjet owners and flight crews during the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Taking its pilots and flight crews off of commercial airline carriers also enables Flexjet to comply with CDC recommendations that groups will be limited to no more than 10 people for the next few weeks. The FAA revised its SAIB advising aircraft operators, FBOs, Certificated Repair Facilities, FSDOs, Certificated Management Offices, and Foreign Civil Aviation Authorities that jet fuel made from the specified synthetic blending components that meet the requirements of ASTM International Standards D7566 are acceptable for use on aircraft and engines certificated for operation with D1655 Jet A or Jet A1 jet fuel if they are re-identified as D1655 fuel. DeHavilland Canada will suspend Dash 8-400 aircraft production, as well as Series 400 Twin Otter aircraft immediately. The aircraft manufacturer made its decision in direct response to reduced airline activity around the world caused by the pandemic. Support for existing customers will continue, but new operations at its Downsview facility in Toronto and facilities in Victoria, British Columbia, and Calgary, Alberta will be shut down. We'll be right back with the rest of the news. Two of the UK's biggest aviation events, the Farnborough International Airshow and the Royal International Air Tattoo, both scheduled for this July, have been cancelled. Farnborough officials noted it's with great regret that we announced the Farnborough International Airshow 2020, due to take place in July, is cancelled. After very careful consideration, the unprecedented impact of the global coronavirus pandemic has forced this decision in the interest of the health and safety of our exhibitors, visitors, contractors, and staff. This decision was reached taking into consideration several major factors surrounding the outbreak of COVID-19, all of which we have concluded make it impossible for us to create and host the airshow in July, as two of the largest summer events on the aviation schedule now fall to concerns over the virus. The aviation world has started worrying about the future of AirVenture 2020 here in the U.S. We will continue to follow this situation. The ravages of COVID-19 continue to affect all aspects of aviation, even some of the most promising new aircraft just now coming onto the market. The latest set of casualties comes from Bend, Oregon, as nearly 300 workers have been laid off from Epic Aircraft, which was just launching its very first production bird when the virus started taking a heavy toll on the industry. In Epic's case, FAA and supplier issues forced the current layoffs. The company laid off a good percentage of workers and is now down to a crew of 30 to 50 people. The sleek Epic E1000 has tallied some 80 orders to date at the list price of $3.25 million and has prepared 2 production facilities with over 300,000 square feet in order to build an expected 50 planes a year. The first aircraft is already off the production line, and 2 more are nearly ready to go. And the company's investors are solidly behind the program and prepared to wait out the coming weeks. And that wraps up our show for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe and to check us out on Twitter and on Facebook. For the latest aviation and aerospace news any time of the day, head over to aero-news.net. I'll see you tomorrow.